We are City of Five Nations podcast, and what a great day it is. I hope everybody's been enjoying their time outside. We have been just juiced all day long out in the yard doing wonderful things. And today we get to come inside for a moment and meet a new friend. And I'd like to introduce on this series, the 30 Days of Community Building, Peggy Cook. And Peggy is the regional coordinator at our library system. And I don't think there would be much of an argument when I say that a library is a huge component of a healthy community, no matter where you are in your space. So Peggy Cook, come on to the 30 Days of Community Building. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. It's a great opportunity. And the library is really all about building bridges, providing services, meeting people where they're at. And so I'm really pleased to get to talk about the library and the way we're providing services to all of our communities and our customers at this point.
Well, no matter where I visit and no matter what country I'm in, if they have a library, it seems to be a central location for community building. There's so many programs always going on, and it takes very special individuals to work at a library. And I'd like to know a little bit about you, Peggy, as a special individual that I know you are. Tell us a little bit about Peggy Cook.
Well, I'm humble, so you might have to drag it out of me. No.
Well, I'm good at that.
I have had the privilege to work for Pioneer Library System since 1991. Previously to that, I worked in a municipal library that was owned and operated by a city in Oklahoma. There's a general overview of municipal libraries and libraries that belong to a system of one type or another. And it's really been a pleasure to work for Pioneer Library System. I've had a couple of different jobs over that really long span of time. But I really love being in Shawnee. I've worked in Shawnee as the Shawnee branch manager and a regional coordinator, continuing in that since September 2017. And one of the first things that happened when I came to Shawnee was I got to work with the staff for the culmination of the dedication, the placement, and the dedication of that horse in the city. Was such an exciting way to start working at that branch to celebrate art and celebrate Shawnee and celebrate our connections to the community with installing that horse that was a teen art project. And so that did sort of bring together all of those things, like children and teens from across the community, our artists who helped design it, and all of the people who came, almost 200 people who came to the unveiling, and community leaders, citizens, parents of the children. So, wow, what a start. It was awesome.
It really was, and we were privileged to be there with our cameras. We did some interviews, and if anybody would like to see that, Peggy, how long ago was that? Do you remember when that was?
That just was yesterday. It seems like, it's fun to come to work and you don't really count the time when you love what you do. That was in September 2017.
Okay, so if you went back on the timeline to September of 2017 in our videos, or just pull up the videos, you can actually see that day, and some of the students actually talk about their art. And I have to say, Peggy, that is probably, I know at the time it was definitely my favorite horse in the city. And there are so many now that I have to put that caveat that, no, it's still my favorite. I love it. It's right.
I'm really pleased to hear you say that.
Well, and I like the way that it has the book theme, and it's kids' books, and how the kids actually did it and did most of the work. And the artist, is it Julie Blackstone?
Julie
Blackstone. And what a great job she did working with those kids and getting that all together. And it was definitely a team effort over at the library.
Oh, absolutely. All the staff participated in it, and then the community participated in the naming project, because we had that as an online vote for several weeks, and the Friends of the Library helped us. And then we had the little children helped by participating in a coloring contest, and we received hundreds of coloring pages so it really was a really fun and engaging way that shows how the library can participate and bring the whole community together.
And how it takes special individuals like yourself to be able to be such a wonderful community member as a library system is. Now, I came across some of the new things Pioneer Library is offering through this time, and I was so impressed I wanted to talk to you and then show them off a little bit. So let's pull up your website, and I believe we're going to be able to pull up the Pioneer Library System. There it is, website. And there is the horse right on the front. You can't quite see it, but just know that's the entrance, and you should go down and take a look at that horse. What a great job that has been done there. So as we scroll through this, Peggy, tell us a little bit about what we're seeing.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'd love to. On my end, I'm still seeing the slide card that shows that nice shot of downtown Shawnee, like I'm standing right in front of the library. So I'm not really able to see that shot of the website yet. Are you guys able to shoot that over?
Yes, we are. And while you're waiting, I'll describe the website as we're seeing it. There's a lot of digital resources that you're able to log on to at pioneerlibrarysystem.org. And as we scroll up on that website, you're going to see that there's a lot of benefits that members can have. And by members, I just simply mean card holders. Anybody who is a card holder for the Pioneer Library System gets to access all of this different material, and we're just scratching the surface. Continue to roll for me, please.
Absolutely.
As we
honestly, if I could interrupt you, many of these things that we have implemented, these top level things, are really for everyone. So you could share these links, you could share this web page if you have family members who have children, teens, or adult people who are trapped at home by the pandemic. Many of these things that we're looking at are accessible to all customers, to everyone who's interested. But we really do have some things that are for maybe the publishers require, or that we want to be able to know how to help you or serve you. So some things are for card holders that you enter with your library card. I apologize.
And so, no, that's fine. So, for example, we're looking at a list now of a lot of things that many people can do. And I see one that interests me, Mad Science. What's Mad Science?
Oh, that's a great resource. So, you know that we want to help parents and kids continue to keep learning at home. And so Mad Science is just one example of the really fun resources that our staff members have found. And so it has science activities for kids of all ages. It has some coloring sheets. And then as you go through the page, it also offers some hands-on, kid-appropriate experiments to teach you basic science technique, basic science fundamentals.
Wow.
And so younger kids can watch the video. There's a PDF that you can download that explains all of the different techniques and the topics that you'll be learning about. And it tells you your ingredients that you need and any safety requirements that you need. It's been so, we are so sad and we miss our customers so much. And so librarians across the system are really have pivoted to work to find great resources and bring together great resources. And that we continue to update this list so that people can come to this list and really enjoy all sorts of things to continue learning and to have some fun and learn some of the basic principles of science, math, English, and language arts and other topics.
Yeah, it looks like STEM on steroids, and it looks like a dad or a mom could get in there and they could maybe find a few that they think that their kids would like, download the PDF, know about it, and then turn the kids loose. I love it. Let's go back to the home page or the page before, because there's so many different listings there. I mean, you're sure to find something that you love right there on this homepage. I like that. And then it looks like right down here, I could actually apply for a card online. Is that still active?
Yes, it's so exciting because like you were emphasizing, which I really appreciate, the library card is really the gateway into most of our resources. And so you can apply for a card and you can get an instantaneous answer. Now, we've had this available for a few months. So if you will enter an email address when you enter your required fields, and you can see there's many of those fields that do have the little asterisk that's the red must answer.
Mm-hmm.
So we verify that you live, work, own property, or
Yeah.
go to school in our 3 counties, and we're tax supported, so we serve the citizens of our 3 counties, Potawatomi, McLean, and Cleveland County, voted
Right.
to join together and form this library system. So if you enter your email address and you go ahead and set up your PIN, you will get a library card number back.
Very easy. Let's go back to the homepage. So we could get online and get to a library card. What other assets does that access for me once I have my library number and I have a library card? Is there somewhere to show us that?
Yes, that's for sure. So just from this top section, I don't know if I can't remember.
So we can,
we're going to come back here. So up at the top of the main library webpage, if you come into this is the top of our webpage. So you can download and review digital resources and get into online chat. So that first click, we tried to make it really clear to help customers. So in this tool, you can see our digital magazines, and there's about 80 magazines. Oh my gosh, for people of all ages. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to read a digital magazine or not, but you feel like you're reading the magazine, and once you choose a title, there's children's, teens, and adult interest magazines. There's a little clicker, and you click through, and you can just feel like you're holding the magazine in your hand and reading through it.
I love that. Hey, does it have Mad Magazine? Since we,
there's lots of fun titles. I see that there's the Beer Connoisseur, there's Baby Bug and Bicycling, Creative Knitting.
Oh man, there is definitely something I could find. What about Hoopla? What's Hoopla?
Hoopla and Canopy that we'll look at next are really fairly new resources for us, and we're really excited about those. Hoopla is so fun. You do download an app, and it connects with your library card, and it gives you 24/7 access to electronic books, books that you listen to, and there's also audio books that you read. There are ebooks. There's thousands of movies. One of the things that people are most interested in Hoopla about are the wide number of audio books that are digital that you can listen to, and then the movies and the television shows. And they have a graphic novels collection. So if you are a person that likes to follow graphic novels, there is a big collection of graphic novels there. And when you read those, it's so awesome. You can click along with it, and you're able to bring up the panels. It's almost as good or better as holding it in your hand, because it brings up the different panels in the sequence as you go along, and it's really a fun read with those. And
that sounds cool.
Hoopla has music, and if you're a music lover, this is the place to go in and find actual music. And we did increase our checkouts. Hoopla and Canopy are provided to the customers in a little bit different way than our other digital resource. And so with Hoopla and Canopy, currently you can have 8 checkouts a month. And
wow.
Overdrive is unlimited when we go look at that. But now Canopy,
okay, so what's the difference what's the difference between Canopy and Hoopla?
Canopy, and both Hoopla and Canopy have kids sections. So it's really worthwhile for parents to look at that. And in Canopy, the kids section is like PBS videos. Canopy is thoughtful and enriching entertainment and documentaries, lots of documentaries in Canopy. And it's something, if you're maybe a teacher, or maybe a history teacher, you can assign students to watch a certain part of a clip of a documentary, and everybody can watch it for the next 72 hours. Canopy has lots of award-winning movies. It does have theatrical movies, but they're the more thoughtful or the ones that would be on a list of some sort, where a Hoopla will have more up-to-date movies. So
okay, and so when you say check out 8 per month, would that mean I could watch 8 movies on Canopy and 8 movies on Hoopla, or is it combined?
no, it's for each individually.
Very,
So that's
very
16.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that you have an app. You have an app on that same page down at the bottom.
Gosh.
Can we go back to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, PLS Connect app.
It's
so that means I could put that on my iPad or whatever device.
Yes, you can. And actually, that image of the app is a little bit older, because now on the front page of the app, if you decide to download the app, you can also apply for a library card right there before you actually download the app. So it has that same link. So I was really excited to see that. And the app allows you to really have a great seamless experience. Our system director has always seen this as a really important part of using the library. She wants the users who are our remote or digital users to have a great experience. So you can search for physical books and digital books. You can do searches at the same time. You have, I think you can check out up to 10 items at a time. You can return your items when you're finished reading them. You can set your own, this is really cool, you can set your own checkout period. If you think you could set a 7 or 14 or 21 day checkout period for your items.
And so if I'm a new member or a new card holder, I have access to all hard locations and real locations that Pioneer operates. So like even the branch in Norman, when I go visit my son, there's a nice new library and we go to the library. That means I'm a member there as well.
Absolutely. That is one of the great things about participating as a system, is that the system provides the services and collections, and we all share access to those. And when the libraries are open, if you place a hold on a physical item and say you're in Shawnee and it's on the shelf over at Norman Central, we have delivery trucks that run 6 days a week that will bring that book over. Librarians go and pull those items off the shelf 2 or 3 times a day, and they get routed. The truck comes once a day. And so it really helps. And then behind the scenes, we have an awesome group of staff members who do everything from help with our marketing, who do the business work, who do the bookkeeping and ordering, and take care of some of the distribution ends and keep our catalog running. And, we have a really robust catalog, so that takes a lot of work. So
it does.
All of us share that, and it's so cost effective for the taxpayers.
Good. Yeah. And now, of course, when I travel, I like to have audiobooks. And I noticed that not only can I get hard copies from you guys, but right now with a library card, I can actually plug into a lot of audiobooks. Is that what's called Overdrive?
Yes, but Overdrive does have digital books, so you can read the digital book and you can also check out audiobooks. So if we go back to Overdrive, to the download, to look at what we can download, that's our big, robust list of all of these thousands and thousands of items for all ages. And there are fiction and nonfiction items. And since you like audios, you can narrow that search, and you can just search for audiobooks, and you can just search for what's currently available. Because, sometimes it's frustrating to see a list of titles. And let me tell you.
So let me see that page. I think we have that page. Yeah.
Yes, we are really happy that people are finding the Overdrive, Hoopla, and Canopy sites, and our customers are checking out materials. So
Yeah,
using
let's
that.
see the materials. Scroll on that page so we can see the types of books that are there.
So,
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I mean,
so
there's like,
this is called a curated list. So there's some
okay.
lists to help you get started. And when you look
Mm-hmm.
at those titles, if you see it shows the title, it shows the author, then it shows the type of item that it is. And then it tells you
Yeah.
it's available to borrow.
And so I see Thursday has chills and thrills. And then the next one says Wednesday is a time garden. Keep scrolling. And the next one says Tuesday is true crime. That is. Okay, so right across from there, if we stop right there and we see all over on the right side of the screen, that will take us. So it's kind of like going through my favorite online movie source. I work through it and then I can get to deeper levels of titles that I want.
Yes, absolutely. And then you can put a few more limiters on that, and you can place holds in Overdrive, and then you have a few days to pick up your hold and you can set your holds to automatically check out to you when they do become available, because this operates to provide you with that you're the reader, and we will buy a certain number of titles in Overdrive.
What about on the audio standpoint? Are they all pretty much always available for your audio pleasure, or do you have to check them out that same way?
Same way. So you check that out, and then see on the left how you can, on the left-hand side of the screen, there's your limiters. And so you can limit, you can select that, and good job. Yes. And go through and look to see of those true crime, which of those are audio, and see how it has the different little icon.
Yeah,
and then
like the headphones for audiobook. And then I would, and I would think that the borrow would mean you're going to go in and pick up a hard copy.
No,
is that correct?
Means you're going to borrow it through Overdrive.
Oh, wow. So I'm actually going to be able to start reading it if I want.
That's right. And it will go onto your little bookshelf, and up at the top of the screen, as you scroll back up, once you log in, you're able to, and look there. Gosh, Daniel, we're doing everything we can to help every person in our 3 counties have a library card. Right up at the top of that screen, it says, get it instantly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's go back to the homepage again. And I think that something else that I've heard about through the library system is you guys now have a YouTube channel as well. And some of our local people even get to add things to the YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about that.
We really are a system, and we have staff in every one of our locations who are across our 3 counties who are working hard now. We aren't just taking a rest. We're doing trainings. We're learning about services that are needed. And we have many, many staff members who rose to the occasion and are working in groups by age or interest level to create online experiences for our customers. And so just like customers would bring their children to story time, or might bring their children to a STEM program or to a coding program, to be learning how to code, those are available. Librarians are now taking the learning some skills that we didn't have. Maybe some of us didn't have these skills 3 weeks ago. And so we're providing trainings, and this is what we're looking at is a storytime yoga program. And our staff,
and then also, I think we'll just pop around a little bit and just keep telling us about the platform, because it seems like there's a lot of different videos that a person could actually get into. I mean, all of these are choices for people, and these are all pioneer library people who are doing these kind of things And it looks like you have cooking. There's just art. There's things for the kids. I even saw there where people were, well, there's one where you could put together a monthly budget.
Yes.
There's it's how to do a lot of different things, huh?
Absolutely. Our Shawnee people, one of our librarians is involved in STEM programming, and she created a lemon STEM volcano. I believe she did an experiment and is going to teach kids how to do something and learn the principles of science with that. Another librarian.
So how would we find that? How would we find our local people?
I think that you can look in for one thing, it's so awesome. And I believe we're really proud that we are cataloging these. I bet I could search her name. Yep.
What's her name?
So let's look for Valerie. So if you've been to a class with Miss Valerie, there it is.
There it is.
Volcano science experiment. And Miss Courtney.
Well, we want to see Valerie first. I mean, look at this.
Doing something really dangerous here. And it's just awesome. I'm so proud of our staff members and how they've really embraced learning how to do all of these different things. And it's impressive to me that there's a lot that goes on to prepare and create this. It takes a lot of time. And oh my gosh, what's going to happen with this?
I don't know. Come on, it looks like colorful,
dramatic.
Here we go. All right, I like it.
Oh gosh, awesome science.
I was thinking I was going to be able to eat something, but I'm not eating that.
No.
What's the other local's name?
I was thinking of Courtney Shelley, and Courtney.
Okay.
Courtney's going to do, I think, a series of these involving chalk art to really engage children and families in an appropriate activity, and to be outside. So. Is
that Courtney?
There she is. There's Miss Courtney, and she typically leads baby story times and Lego Club and some other programs. So now
Courtney then is a personality that we would have right here in the city of Five Nations at our library.
Yes, absolutely.
I like that.
These ladies. And we have staff members who are working on other things. Some of our things are like infographics, or I have a staff member who's working on teaching you how to create a sourdough starter while you're at home. Diane Burrow, and that might be an infographic where she's not on the screen, but all of her information and her skill and knowledge about that is on display in these videos and in the Instagram, in the PLS Instagram.
I want to see these kids' clothes as they were laying in that chalk. That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Miss Courtney and Miss Valerie doing the lemon, and they're both local talents from right here in the city of Five Nations. And man, Peggy, your library has a lot going on that we could take advantage of.
We really want to help people have some good experiences during this difficult time. It's very unusual. We're closed. Our buildings are closed until further notice. But it's very important to us to continue to serve our communities. And we love our customers. We feel really committed to serving our communities. And we feel like this is one way that we can be part of helping not only the young people who are studying and working on maintaining their skills, but kids and families, individuals. And something else, I would just be remiss if I didn't mention this. We have staff members who are working diligently in teams of sewing masks. And we have staff members have created, in other branches, have created 3D plastic parts used with our 3D printers that hold masks for the PPE equipment that medical personnel are using at Norman Regional Hospital. I delivered 147 masks to Shawnee on Friday that are going to go to help the school staff who are working on the bus routes. So
yeah.
it's
Well,
an all out.
As we mentioned at the beginning, what a wonderful resource for any community is the public library. And it's really one of those pillars that community is built upon, helping everybody to be able to read and to be able to have fun. There are so many fun things going on at the library. And today I want to thank again Peggy Cook for being with us. Peggy Cook is the regional coordinator for the Pioneer Library System. She covers quite an area, but we are privileged to have her here in the City of Five Nations as our lead librarian. Peggy, thank you very much for taking your time and sharing with us on the We Are City of Five Nations podcast.
Thank you so much. It's been a privilege to brag about my colleagues and how hard they're working.
Well, in your site and everything that you have going on, it all looks wonderful. And I'm going to start listening to those books because I'm a member and I want some of those audiobooks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell me which is your favorite. Read a few.
I will.
Let's talk about what you're reading.
Okay, I will. And hopefully we'll have you on again and we'll be able to do that together. That will be fun.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
We'll see you later.
Thanks for this. Very much.
Have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye now.
What a wonderful time it is anytime you can visit a library with your kids or with a friend or by yourself just to pick out one of your favorite books that perhaps you don't want to buy, you just want to read it. What a great privilege it is to have libraries working all around in communities around the world. Tomorrow, we're going to have another interesting guest, a longtime City of Five Nations resident, somebody that I knew as at a young age, but I kind of watched grow up. He graduated from a local university here, as well as from the high school here, moved on, and now has taught for close to 20 years at one of the leading high schools in our state, in Booker T, Washington. I'm so proud to have the Reverend Ron Horton, as I lovingly call Ron, with us tomorrow, and that will be at 2 p.m. So we hope that you join us then. As always, we want to thank you, our audience, and if there's anything or anybody you know that you think we should meet, please share it on the timeline or message us, because if there's one thing we like within our community, it's connecting with people, because we feel that that is the secret to human prosperity. Thank you for watching, and remember, here in the City of Five Nations, together, we are building community one season at a time. Have a great afternoon, everybody.